Israel and Hezbollah have exchanged heavy fire in a major cross-border clash. A man has turned himself in over the knife attack in Solingen that killed 3 people. Russia has launched a series of overnight attacks on Ukraine as Ukrainian shelling continues in Russia's Belgorod region. Hezbollah fired hundreds of rockets and drones towards Israel early on Sunday, as the Israeli military said it hit southern Lebanon with a barrage of airstrikes. Israel called its strikes preemptive, following intelligence reports indicating that Hezbollah was planning a major attack on its territory. Hezbollah said it launched an attack in retaliation for the killing of one of its top commanders last month. Reports say at least 3 people were killed in the strikes on Lebanon, while there were no reports of casualties in Israel. Both sides have said they've only aimed at military targets, while Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the Israeli military has been instructed to proactively remove the threat of Hezbollah. This latest escalation has raised fears of an all-out regional war and comes as Egypt hosts a new round of ceasefire talks aimed at ending Israel's war with Hamas. A man has turned himself in to German police after claiming responsibility for the knife attack in Solingen that killed 3 people. Authorities say the man is a 26-year-old asylum seeker from Syria who was supposed to be deported to Bulgaria last year. Germany's Federal Prosecutor's Office says it's now investigating the man on suspicion of murder and his potential membership of terrorist organisation ISIS. The militant group claimed responsibility for the attack on Saturday but did not provide any evidence. The suspect has been transferred to the German city of Karlsruhe, where a federal judge will decide whether an arrest warrant will be issued. German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier has demanded more powers for security authorities following the attack, and a number of government critics are calling for a tougher migration policy, including an increase in deportations and permanent border controls. Russia launched a number of attacks on northern and eastern Ukraine overnight, with explosions reported in Chernihiv, Sumy, Kharkiv and Donetsk. Russian forces also attacked a hotel in Kramatorsk in eastern Donetsk, injuring 2 people with one other still trapped under the rubble. Reuters news agency has confirmed the 3 victims were journalists on their staff, one from Ukraine, one from the US and one from the UK. At least 8 people were also injured in a strike on the Slobid district of Kharkiv, which damaged homes and burned trees. The Russian Defense Ministry also alleges to have hit Ukrainian army positions in Kursk. Meanwhile, local officials say 5 people have died in Ukrainian shelling in Russia's Belgorod region, while Ukraine claims to have struck down 8 Russian drones over Mykolaiv.
Police in France say they've arrested a man suspected of starting fires and causing an explosion outside a synagogue in the country's southwest. Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin said the alleged perpetrator had been detained. French media said the suspect was shot and injured by police after he opened fire on the officers who came to arrest him in the city of Nîmes. 2 cars parked at the Beth Yaakov synagogue complex in La Grande Motte were set on fire just after 8 a.m. local time. Firefighters discovered additional fires at 2 entrances to the complex. A police officer who walked up to the site was injured after a propane gas tank in one of the vehicles exploded. 5 people, including the rabbi who were in the synagogue at the time of the attack, were unharmed. Prosecutors are investigating the attack as an attempted assassination linked to a terrorist group and destruction of property with dangerous means.